So let's see how to install an IDE. As you all know, an IDE is an integrated development environment where we could be saving multiple Java files together and then travel between files and all that. So what we will do today is we will download a Java Eclipse IDE. Okay, so in your Google, you can type in Java Eclipse IDE. You will get the first link as eclipse.org. Click that. It would take you to the Eclipse Foundation website where you could be downloading the Eclipse packages for the various operating systems. You could click any of these download buttons. When you click that, you'll get the mirror center from where your download would happen. There are several mirror centers. You could select the default one. It doesn't make much of a difference. Click download and the download would start to happen. So we are done with the downloading. Once downloaded, you will get such an icon as you see on the screen, Eclipse installation for the Windows 64-bit. I recommend that in case your JDK is of a lower version, 8 or below, you could even update your JDK. To be on the safer side, what I did is I installed JDK 14. I installed JDK 14 so that my installation happens perfectly. So side by side, even with installing your Eclipse, you could even install a JDK 8 or higher. Anything would do greater than 8. Preferably go for 14 because I also have done 14. And you could click this for your installation to happen. You would see your Eclipse installer starting up. So when you open up the Eclipse installer, you will be getting a screen like this where we would be going for the Eclipse IDE for Java. But before you go for that, you will find an option over here with an information exclamation mark. Please click that and click on updates. Okay, so all updates would be automatically done to your machine. Click this orange icon over here. You will be given a lot of side options together with the first option called update. Click update. Let all the updates happen. Wait for that patiently. After that, click Eclipse IDE for Java developers, and then the whole downloading would happen. Together with that, as I was telling you, update your JDK. I've installed 14.0.2, just as we did earlier. Open up your bin file. Press a Control C. Go to your control panel settings. Edit your environment variables, system variables, path, and then delete off your old path and paste this new path, just like we did when we installed earlier the JDK. So once your installation is done, you will get such an icon, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Open it up. Now I've opened up my Eclipse. You call this an Eclipse workspace. Call this an Eclipse workspace. Now, I'll just give you an introduction about how to start using an IDE. You'll have to initially start creating your project, okay? Because in everything we do, it happens in a project. So I'll click a new Java project. Let's say I'll give ANS projects. The default location is users, admin, Eclipse, workspace, ANS projects. Whatever you type over here, that would be the last folder. Anyway, I am not planning to change the default location. I'll go for my next. A Java project is being created. And then, yeah, my Java project has been created. And all my code I will be writing in my source folder. SRC is source folder. Okay. So I'll just finish off. You could check everything. Okay. The library is here. My 14. It's done. Yeah, I've got all my JDK 14. Things are fine. I'll finish off. So all the parts are set. They'll ask me the module name. I'll not change my module name. It will be ANS project itself. I'll create a module. Okay. So that's it. I've created a project and now I am going to write my source code. Now all the code which you write, it should happen in the source folder. So this is how you write code inside. When you right click, you'll have all these new. You can either create a project, etc., package, class, interface. You can create all of this. I am going to create a simple program, a class program. So I can click class. Okay. The package name, I'll not go for a new package. Let's say I'll have ANS project itself. Okay. The name of the program, I'll have hello world. Hello world. Okay. You can click whether it is a package or a public class and all that. Whether you would want to have a public static void main string argument. I'll have that. So I'll click it. And I'll click finish. Okay. So my hello world, the template has been created by my Eclipse. Now, you might be wondering what this package ANS project is. It was nothing. I created it in a folder called ANS project. So that's why I get it as ANS project. Leave it there. Let it be as it is. You can write your code over here. System dot out. Things are very easy. You can just go on giving an enter. Things would come. Println. I write hello world. IDs are used in the industry. Okay, once you are very comfortable with your Notepad and Notepad++, you should be able to work in IDE. As you remember, when we were working in a Notepad and Notepad++, we had many things to happen. You had to write a program, then you had to save the program, after which you had to do the compiler stuff, type in Java C hello world.java, wait for the errors to come up. And once it was clear, then you had to write a Java hello world and then execute. Here things are very easy. I click the save button. My program is saved. I have a run button over here. I click the run button and I wait. I get the result in my console. I have a console over here. So what you can do is you can move your console a bit down, okay, so that it looks prettier. I run my program. I get the answer, hello world over here. Now imagine you are doing your next program. Okay, let's say we open up a second program. You want it in the same ANS project, the same folder. I'll go for new class. Okay, by default it comes ANS project. Name I'll give, let's say, I'll just say hello Yahoo or hello Gmail, hello Google. Okay, I will want a public static void main finish. Okay, so I've got another program, hello Google, together with hello world in the same folder. Now, let's say you want a new folder. For that, just finish up this. Okay, my hello Google. I'll write some code over here. I'll save my program. I'll run my program. It wasn't, I'll just change it. Hello world. I'll write hello Google. I'll save it. Okay. Now I get hello Google. Now you can even drag this down so that you get both your programs side by side. I've got hello world below, and then I've got hello Google. Just like that, you can have multiple consoles. You click over here and you add up one more new console. But the console has come away. Just drag it so that you get a better alignment. So I've dragged it, and now I have two editor screens together with two output screens, with two console screens. See that you are able to get such a structure: two editor screens and two console screens. Now imagine you want to create a new project. You want to create a new project. What you can do is source class. Okay, instead of ANS project, you can have, let's say you're doing a serialization. Okay, serialization. And then you're doing your employee. Okay, so that's come in a new folder called employee serialization. Okay, I'll click that. Okay, it's come over here. Serialization. Will come package serialization because it is in the serialization folder. Imagine you want to create a new file again. Okay, you want to create a new file. I'll go in class. I'll go class. Okay, now which folder do I want it to happen? I want it to happen in my serialization. Let's say serialization demo. Okay, so this is how you arrange things correctly inside folders. The only thing you want to keep in mind is you write all your code inside your source folder.